Race number 5, not a bad Class 4 field here. There's some in-form runners going around in it, and they'll fly around the 1,200 metres at 8:45. Active Faith is a last start winner, carries an extra £6 for it and goes to barrier number 11. Beauty Mission gets the tongue tie going on. Hercules draws an outside gate. June Planet on debut for Vincent Ho. And Casper Founds, he's had 6 trials. King Excellente last start winner, carries an extra £7 for that victory. Glory Bobo comes back in trip for the third behind Fall Runner. And a gear change for Nebula. Tom, he has the blinkers off, and he's also been back to the trial since his last start.
Yes, and he was third in that trial. Glory Bobo led them up last time out and got a reasonably good lead there. Was beaten favourite. Active Faith should be able to come across with the speed that he's got. Young Horizon from barrier 1 there in the trail for David Hayes, and then you've got June Planet, Paul, who, the gate speed's been okay without getting carried away.
Yeah, 6 trials, £11.41 for him. Commanding Missile, King Excellente towards the back with Super Joy. Hercules will go back, I think, from his wide draw.
Before we get more from both Paul and Tom for race number 5, King Excellente, a last start winner. His rider's been in Excellente form too. It's Karis Teaton.
Karis, King Excellente going around in race number 5, a last winner over course and distance. He jumped well and found a nice spot, and he looked like he had a willing attitude at the end. Was that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I thought his last win was a good win. Daggy was very positive with the horse going into the race. Of course, we had a good draw. He said, put the horse in a race today, and he should be able to give you something in a straight. And what he did, and he won with a bit of merit.
He's going up from £119 to 126 on that last one. Would that be a concern at all, or is he good enough to carry that?
I think the horse is in an improving way up, so I think he's going to get better. Of course, the draw is going to be a bit tricky this time, but we have to work around it. And if he can get a good position from the draw and he can get comfortable, I think he showed us a good turn of foot last time.
Doesn't look an overly strong race, maybe apart from the top weight in the race, but with that wide barrier draw, he's going to need a little bit of luck, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Of course, it's just the gate. Of course, it's not a very strong race, and I think he's still capable to win a race like this. Like I said, it's all about getting him into a decent position from the draw, and I think he's going to give us his best again.
Your own personal form, you happy with the momentum you've got since you've returned to the saddle?
Yeah, can't complain. It was a long time off, 3 months off in the season. It's not easy to come back and get good support, but lucky enough, got a few support, and thanks to all the people that's willing to help me again. And of course, getting a few winners, it's always a good thing. Let's just hope to start this year and finish the season strongly.
He deserves it. It's been a frustrating season, but he's making up for lost time, and great to see Karis riding plenty of winners at the moment. We move on, Paul, to Active Faith. This was a big win at his second start. It's hard to make a case, though, for Righteous Aryan.
Yeah, we'll leave him alone. But Active Faith, it was a really good run from this horse. Its debut run, they went back, and that was a Mighty Strides race. Didn't do too much there. Came to Happy Valley, put himself in the race and won well. So a really strong win. If he can defy the weight rise, then he's one of the main chances.
Yep, I've got him on the top, but I actually am going to make a little case for Righteous Aryan. He pulled a bit last time out, and he was wide, but he was only at 11-1 last start, so there were some that were keen on him. I was one of them, but we'll see if he can get a better run this time around from barrier 6.
I thought you were doing an Active Faith sign, not throwing your hands up before when you did that while he was talking. Right, that makes sense now. Beauty Mission, what about him? Tommy's got a good draw this week.
He does, but he's a 13-start maiden, is Beauty Mission, so he needs to pull finger here. Tongue tie goes on. He stayed on all right, I thought, late here behind Gold Baby, when 10-1 in the market. So maybe he needs to be included again. He's up £14 in body weight, but he was running on at the end, Paul.
Yeah, I included him just on a minor line. He's run third of this rating of 56, and tongue tie on for the first time as well.
And finally, Paul, we head across to Shah Tin and have a look at Glory Bobo over the 1,400 metres last start.
Now, this horse, look, you always wondered about his stamina, and they put him up to 1,400 metres, and he actually ran quite well. So, look, maybe he's just coming right with a bit of racing under his belt. He's sort of staying on a little bit better, this horse. Like, he's drawn 10, but I think he'll come across and lead. I think Active Faith will come across with him, and I think that can be the Quinella. So, I don't mind him in this.
Yeah, he's right on the cusp, but ever since he burnt me that day at 1.3, I've never been much of a fan. So
1.2, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. It was one of those ones. Anyway, he's out.
You don't hold a grudge much against him. All right, but he is in for you though, Paul.
Yeah, I've got to put him on top. I think he's a good chance here. Let's see if he can win. Come on. Come on, Glory Bobo. But Active Faith, the main danger, obviously. So 10 to beat 1. King Excellente was a good win from him last time. And Beauty Mission, we talked about 10-1, 7-2, but you've lost the faith.
Lost the faith, but with your rainbow attitude, he'll come out and win. So I'll go with number 1 here, Active Faith, over King Excellente, Beauty Mission, and Righteous Arian in there at nearly 40 to 1. 1, 7, 2 and 8.
Race number 5 is the first leg of the Triple Tree, and if you want to hear Tom pulling the tail of Glory Bobo during the call, it's at 8:45.